Hi guys, what's going on? Okay, so I know that when you're buying a house, one of the biggest things people struggle with is getting your credit in order. And it's cool. I totally get it. It's like with everything else you have going on in life, it is hard to remember to pay every single bill on time. And sometimes things just kind of fall through the cracks. And then once something negative is on your credit, it's really difficult to get it off. Even in some cases right now, things are supposed to stay on depending on the debt. I'm going to give you guys some updates on that, by the way, for 7 years. But if you guys have any experience, you know that sometimes things can linger and stay on your credit for even longer than 7 years because companies love to re-report and sell the debt. And so things will pop up. Sometimes you'll have duplicate accounts. And so I understand how frustrating that can be. So wanted to bring a few things to your attention to help you guys out with that. So number one, I would say, try to talk to somebody and have them review your credit with you if at all possible. Some of the biggest things that will hurt your credit negatively are going to be lates that are reported consistently, of course, old collections, and then even judgments and child support can negatively impact your credit and pop up. So just to bring this to your attention, in 2022, Congress passed a law, and just to give you guys some background also, your credit is typically going to be, I don't want to say monitored, but it's basically going to be controlled by Congress under the FCRA, that is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. In 2022, Congress did pass some really important changes to the FCRA to help consumers and reduce your debt. So it pertains to the medical debt. And what it basically says is that any medical debt that's been paid, even if it's already been sent to collections, shall be basically removed immediately from your credit. It won't be reported any longer. So, and that's a huge one because a lot of people sometimes fall ill. You have medical debt for one reason or another. Even with me, myself, I've had medical debt, not because I fell ill, but because my insurance company just failed to pay for something, and then even after fighting them later on, they still didn't, and so that ended up going on to my credit. So and it was a hassle getting it removed. I did, but now after 2 years you can settle that debt and then get it removed. And you guys remember, a lot of times after that debt is sold, so you're going to have your original debtor, and then sometimes it's sold to a collection agency. That collection agency is going to buy your debt for a really small fraction of what you actually owe, right? So like, let's say you owe $100. They're going to buy that debt for like literally $2 or $3. That company's going to sell that debt. They're going to charge it off. And then that collection company is going to call you and try to bug you and get you to pay that. You can always settle that. So like, let's say you owed $100. You can settle that debt for $10 and then essentially have that come off your credit right away. And when you're trying to buy a home and you need your credit to go up quickly, sometimes the best way is to just negotiate down and settle your debt. And in terms of negotiating and trying to settle your debt, remember that that goes for all debt also, not just medical debt. The caveat with the medical debt is that now, after 2 years, it's going to come off your credit immediately instead of you having to wait for like another 5 years. It's a huge difference, guys. However, that does not mean that you do not have the right to try to call and negotiate any debt that pops up on your credit, right? You absolutely do. Now, be careful when you call because depending on what you say, if you take ownership of that debt, then that could later on affect you in trying to get it removed from your credit. So with that being said, a lot of the credit bureaus, the 3 major credit bureaus, which are TransUnion, EQUIFAX, and EXPERIAN, all have pretty much now their own dispute process and resolution. If you sign up for an account directly with the credit bureaus, and I'm going to link them out below as well, then you can essentially go on, you'll create an account, you'll need to verify your identity. They're going to use a number of checks and balances to make sure that you are really you. And you can kind of go through, and any negative debt you can actually dispute. Now, in my experience, I've used both the online versions, their dispute within the systems, and then I've actually also used the letters, and I just feel like, I don't know why, the letters just get a better response. And so what I mean is that if you're sending so many of these letters out to the credit bureaus, some of the stuff is just going to fall off. And then keep in mind also, you guys, you have an absolute right to monitor your credit for free. You actually have the right to at least one free credit report annually from each of the bureaus, which you absolutely should request. You can also, a lot of times when you sign up for those accounts, you can monitor your credit for free, which is sort of a twofold, because not only does it help you maintain your credit and improve your credit so that you can buy a house, you can buy a car, do whatever you're needing to do, but it also helps you protect your security so that if other credit cards or other accounts pop up that are either not yours or maybe are fraudulent, you'll have a chance to flag those a lot sooner than you would if you weren't monitoring it. So if you guys need those links, they're going to be down below. If you guys need those forms to dispute your credit, to get that negative debt removed, go ahead and click the link below that I've included also. That's going to take you directly to those pages. You don't need to sign up for anything. However, all I do ask is please give me a like and subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be putting out tons of information to help you guys build up your credit, build up your wealth, figure out what is going on in the real estate market, specifically in San Diego, and ultimately buy a home so you can live your best life. My name is Amara Berg. I sell real estate and I'm an investor here in Southern California. And I hope this video has been helpful. I'll see you soon. Bye. Psych